poor connection. Oh, there we go.
You're like, that's my life.
Huh?
You're like, that's my life.
Yes. But it's working now, right? Yes. Okay. All right. Welcome to the live meditation class from Studio Y Yoga and Wellness, Yuma, Arizona. So, we are in a Mercury day. Wednesday is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is currently retrograde. And retrogrades are always about a review, a looking back, a re-seeing. So that's why old energy tends to like come back up during retrogrades. And specifically for Mercury, it's about communication and perception. So that's why technology tends to go on the blink and why X's tend to come back, right? Because the perception. And it's not that you are regressing. It is literally impossible to regress in the human experience and in your spiritual path. Whenever something comes back, it is always a revisiting, a review, a re-looking, getting to look again at something, but taking the higher perspective and behaving differently, not behaving the same, because anything that you heal in a retrograde becomes permanent, and you can chisel away and change your behaviors permanently. So does anyone have anything that they're moving through that they want to talk about right now? Any energies that you're moving through? Because actually, the energy feels really good tonight in here.
One thing, my coworker that hasn't been talking to me, talking to me.
Wow, so hooray for communication.
Yes, moving forward.
So how long was it that they were not talking?
It was 2.5 weeks.
So 2.5 weeks not talking to you, and now finally spoke. And so was the communication just like shallow, or was it actually like I'm ready to talk?
It was almost like it was like it before, but a lot more open and respectful.
Wow, so they had the chance to reflect. Her fucking Ray.
Right.
Any questions here from IG? Amanda! You should be in here, girl. Hi, Jen. Hi, Miguel. Okay, no questions. So do you have any shares or anything that you're moving through? And we can do some shadow stuff if you... You see her face?
When I saw her, because we have not seen the same, but I was like, it's funny she got the sensitive once tonight. I mean, that comics of me, her, then, well, who's sensitive too, but, I don't know, nothing like, it's a way that makes me feel like I'm, like, confused or anything. I just noticed, like, it felt today, I guess, that, like, I was present, but I felt like I was not present at the same time. Like, didn't have like the flight of ideas and things like that like I usually do, but I felt like, I don't know, I was going through the motions of things, like kind of like I was underwater in a way kind of feeling.
So not grounded.
Not grounded, like I felt kind of floating.
Yeah, because that's the floaty feel where you feel like kind of scatterbrained, like airheaded. That's being not grounded.
Yeah.
And so usually that happens because we are going in the higher chakras, because I am like done with the human experience. So see what made you uncomfortable. Why were you putting your body on autopilot?
I was usually aware of that. It's when I started feeling that I felt like not sad, not mad. I was like, I don't want to be here right now. Like I kind of sit up there. I'm like, trying to be present right now. So it's kind of hard to keep myself grounded. I guess that would work. But I wasn't like upset. I was calm. I just noticed I wasn't.
So you started off your day like that, or was there a trigger? And hi, Carolyn. I saw that. And Amanda's laughing at us. I brought the little stone for your baby, Amanda. See?
It was terrible. It was nice. Probably I'm like just found the rocks or like crystal in the river.
Well, I knew when there was a crystal over there last week. I was like, this has to be Amanda's.
Yeah.
Hi, Diana.
Been having a lot of dreams lately, but that would be a dream that would trigger me.
So the vivid dreams are actually sparked by eclipses.
Okay.
So
I don't know how to do it, like,
And there are different types of dreams. So I always say watch for vivid color, if it's in color, and if it makes sense in a timeline.
Yeah.
If it's all in line, like I'm sitting down, I stand up, I walk through the door, I get in a car and I go, that makes sense. It's not jumping all over the place, right?
Yeah. And
So
also jumping, so I knew I had to do something going on me internally. Maybe it's a shadow work, I guess. That's
okay,
something else.
so if it jumps all over and it goes back and forth from being color, black and white, and
Yeah.
it's just like all over the place, that's
Yeah.
usually the ego playing out fear scenarios. So it very much could be shadow work or
Yeah.
something triggered the ego into fear.
Yeah, so usually I don't have that. Usually my dreams are pretty like, I know what's going on in my dreams. I should get insights from my dreams so I can like because all the timeline. But when it doesn't, then there's something I'm avoiding or I'm not looking through. But I think it has to do with like just so it's like a sign of like good beginning. It's like the next step I guess in my career or future for me. That's kind of what's for
And
me.
that's also the eclipse energy,
Yeah.
new beginnings, because the eclipse, especially a solar eclipse, is about catapulting you into the new and the
Yeah.
closing of doors. And so when those doors close during an eclipse, they literally do not reopen.
Yeah, so that's the kind of feeling it's been. Maybe it was not it could have been grief.
Burning bridges.
Yeah, because I just said those boundaries. Those are last month, but I kind of just kept, I guess my confidence became more, I became more secure, and since then, I've had those like subtle shifts.
Those are good things.
It's all good stuff, but the only thing is like, it's not bad.
Even your voice sounds more confident. I feel her voice is different, right?
Yes. Yeah, if you understand what I'm saying, I'm muffled. So
Yeah.
you're like, what?
I could always understand it, but you would talk really fast.
Yeah.
It's like, let me get this out because I'm not going to have a second chance. So I could totally see like the little you. Like, let me talk really fast to get it out,
Yeah.
right?
And it's talking to my guides more, they've just shown up more. I'm starting to understand the reason why I see certain one. But anyways, I'm not gonna go like into my head doing that, but I noticed that today I was disconnecting, and that's when I get more of the voices. I'm like, okay, let's put them in my body right now. Staying in was hard.
Do you carry anything to keep yourself grounded?
Not with me, but with all these stuff, I've noticed them like when I looked them up, but they also seem to ground me, so maybe I should actually carry one on me.
Especially for doing the counseling work and the social work that you do.
That's what's-
Hematite is amazing because then you're not going to be processing for them either.
You take it a piece of hematite too.
That raw hematite.
Yeah, I was like, I should carry that around. But I look at it too, I'm like, maybe that's me saying I should carry it. Because I have a piece of quartz I've been keeping under my pillow. I noticed I sleep better with that, which is interesting. I'm like, it's just a good quartz. But I
You
still-
sleep with the hematite?
I also sleep with the hematite though. Just the quartz.
Oh, the quartz.
Yeah.
Wow. So you sleep better with quartz?
Which is weird.
Because quartz is very amplifying, so
Yeah.
I usually recommend not.
I didn't mean to sleep with it, but I ended up coming under my pillow, which was actually, first it was hard to fall asleep, and then I did fall asleep, which was interesting. But I probably should take it out from my pillow though.
It's like rocket fuel.
Yeah. So this problem with my dreams has been weird, not weird, but like bouncing. I'm like, it's because of the course, it's a cleansing, it goes through, it like amplifies everything. So it's like, I don't really good when I fall asleep, so. But
Yeah.
anyways, I don't know. Yeah.
So
That's
to
what I was
sleep,
saying.
I don't recommend quartz by the
No.
bed to sleep, but she is saying that it actually helps her sleep better.
At least
So
it's
sleep stones, I usually recommend. Sodalite is amazing for sleep. Amethyst is iffy because that is a quartz, but it is a more calming quartz. Lepidolite is really good. Selenite is good next to the bed, but I really don't recommend like clear quartz. The grounding stones like hematite, bloodstone is amazing for sleep, and obsidian is amazing for sleep. The more protective stones.
Yeah, I think with quartz, that's probably why my dreams are going back and forth to see what's happening. But other than that, hematite's good. I probably should just keep that on me and have it even under my pillow or whatever, so I can stay grounded.
Amanda says she's been having dreams with colors and things that I don't understand, but I wake up because my whole body starts vibrating. And so usually the intense vibrating, Amanda, is downloads. So bloodstone would be really good to sleep with. It'll help even out the vibrations, or obsidian, because it's more protective. Like put it under your pillow or under the mattress to sleep, and it'll help with the downloads so that you're not getting disturbed sleep, because it's still important to be rested.
That's good. I didn't know about the stones. I guess that's a good thing I brought up, because I didn't know about the sleeping stones. They were good to sleep with around you. But I did put it under my pillow. I did have some high energy from it. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do that.
You can meditate before you sleep and then do
Yeah.
that, because then you can set the intention where you don't have like egoic dreams, and that you can receive that information. So
That makes
Amanda, we won't ever really even know the downloads, because it's information that's given to us that will be available when we need it. So there'll be some moment at some time when you just start speaking from this place that you know, but you don't know how you know. And you have no idea when that information was implanted. And those are the downloads and the upgrades. And especially with this energetic shift, we are receiving DNA upgrades. She says, yes, I feel like I fell back to sleep. So she can't fall back to sleep until like after 4 a.m. Ouch. Yeah, you need to sleep. Chamomile tea and avocado. Avocados are very high in tryptophan, and it's a healthy fat. So it will actually sustain you and make you sleepy. So that's always what I recommended to my patients for our bedtime snack, is an avocado and chamomile tea. And red hue lighting, red or orange, actually triggers the parasympathetic nervous system instead of like black, white, or green. So if you have an alarm clock that has any of those colors, cover it. Do you want to add anything?
It's funny that you guys have been talking about sleep, because I've been having, like, my sleep is open weird. Like sometimes I'll fall asleep when I get home after work, and then I wake up and I don't fall back asleep. But I still
So you're napping right away? Okay, so that's usually, and what I would tell my patients when I would be doing this kind of work in medicine, that's the circadian rhythms being off. So did it happen since the eclipse or prior?
after like the new moon.
The new moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the eclipse, because it was actually on the new moon day, but it was a solar eclipse. And so it can actually create almost like a jolt, an electric jolt, that can create a blip in the circadian rhythm. So then you'll have like dips instead of, because the way the circadian rhythms are supposed to work, they start out high in the morning and then they wean by the end of the day. So you should not ever wake groggy. You should wake really well rested and hit the floor, right? So if you are waking groggy, make sure that you are moving and putting some kind of food into your body within the first 30 minutes. And it'll reset the circadian rhythms. If you're having a crash period, so is it like late afternoon, like 4-ish?
That's when I am tired.
Okay.
Well, I usually, like, I've been getting off work a little bit late, so I've been sleeping around 6 after I get home. And then I wake up around 9 when I can't really
So like 30 minutes before that. So what I would recommend, like, instead of driving home right away, just like walk around and grab a handful of nuts. Because the moving and the eating will actually raise the cortisol levels. And that's what you want to do, so that by the time you're really supposed to sleep, they're down here. Because what's going to happen is that they're going to spike, and then you're not going to get restful sleep, and you won't reach those delta levels, which are really important to recuperate and recharge. Like, that's the only time the body's actually healing, is delta state. That's why deep breathing and meditation is also like so important to stay present, because then you're in this constant state of repair. But yeah, so that's what it sounds like. You probably had one of those electric jolts from the eclipse, and your circadian rhythms are like all over the place.
I've been finding myself, like, when I'm trying to sleep and I can't, I just go to sleep on my floor, and that's how I'm able to sleep. I just sleep on my floor.
Completely flat.
Yeah.
And that is actually good for the body to just, because then it takes all the tension out of the muscles and then they can soften. Anything else going on, processing, or just the sleep is wonky?
Sleep is wonky. I've been trying to do mirror work.
Trying to do what?
Mirror work.
Nice.
That's what I've been like. I mean, I've tried mirror work before, but I've been feeling like I need to do more mirror work. So sometimes I just sit in front of my mirror
And just gaze. So what she said is that she started doing mirror work, and mirror work is when you're actually sitting in front of a mirror with yourself. So it's like you become your own partner through your own gaze, and you can say affirmations to yourself, you can do shadow work with yourself, or you can just gaze into your own eyes and do that. There's also mirror work where you can have a candle lit in front of you between you and your reflection and turn off all lights except for that, and you can do mirror work that way. Amanda says, okay, I remember you telling me about the avocado, and I love chamomile. Thank you. You're welcome. So what I'm hearing from the group then is that like grounding would be really good tonight. We can do like a cleansing and a grounding meditation to just get us back in our bodies, connected with Gaia, right? Yeah? Sound good? Okay. So everyone there at home, just get yourself really comfortable. You can lie down or you can sit up doing this meditation. But what I recommend is that you are in a position that you do not move. So any disturbances that happen during meditation are usually trauma or blocks leaving the body. That's a very old school of belief. So it's very important that you help those things move out of the body with the breath and awareness, rather than shifting and letting your body get comfortable, because then it just hunkers down and gets deeper and it's harder for it to actually be removed. So if you use your awareness and breath instead, it moves out. And all of y'all have been in here before. So the deep breath, if you have never been taught how to deep breathe, starts below the belly button. And so you push the belly out, and then the chest will rise and fall. The shoulders and neck are never involved with deep breathing. If you are breathing like this, it's because you are stressed. And when the cortisol levels rise, there's a whole group of core muscles that actually tighten like this, crisscross through the body, and it forces the shallow breathing. So breathing with the shoulders and neck indicates shallow breathing, and you are actually not oxygenating the body at all. So it's really good to start the breath low belly and then move it through the center of the belly, the chest, and then every exhale is just a release. You can do that with mouth open. I don't have any restrictions on inhale through nose, exhale through mouth. It's not important really for this. I just want you to be so comfortable that you're not thinking at all. And so every inhale and every exhale is going to be organic. Just rule of thumb, let the exhale be longer and slower than the inhale. So everyone relax, shake out your shoulders, get comfortable. We're going to start the meditation now. And so let's unify us as a one energy. So let's take that nice first deep breath together. Starting low belly, the stomach, around the waist, the middle back, all around the lower edge of the rib cage and all up into the chest, and then release with an audible sigh. And we are one. So just keep that breath organic. The deep inhale and the release of an exhale, and let every exhale usher out of the body anything that is no longer serving you. And so as I mention a body part, allow not only your awareness but your breath to go to that space, and dare to fully let go of all muscle control, softening, allowing the awareness and breath to fully come in to that earth suit. So we're going to start at the toes. the arches of the feet, the heels, and feeling the full weight of the heels anchoring the feet. Now the tops of the feet. And just feeling that gentle vibration starting to happen beneath the surface of the skin. And that is the awakening of the real you inside the earth suit. Moving over the ankles. The shins and the calves, and feeling that gentle tug at the knees as the entire lower legs become completely relaxed. Moving into the thighs, from the knees to the hips, completely softening that huge muscle group. And spend a few breath rotations in the space of the thighs. We tend to store lots of emotion in our thighs. This is the first place that we normally brace ourselves. So really let the breath press past that urge to brace yourself and remind yourself it is safe to be in this body. It is safe to be in this space. And when you really let go of all the muscle control in that huge muscle group, the glutes will completely soften and the hips gently roll open. Allowing the breath and awareness to spill into the pelvic floor. And this low abdomen between the hips. This is where we tend to store our most horrific trauma. So again, spend a few breath rotations in this space and really let the breath swim in this low belly. From the left hip to the right hip, pressing into the pelvic floor, the tailbone, all beneath the belly button and the low back. Softening the waist. And you should feel the breath now becoming deeper and fuller. Now moving into the high stomach and the middle back. Softening the lower edge of the rib cage all the way around. Allowing the breath to press into any nervous or tight energy held in the stomach. This is where we tend to store our rage and resentment. So just soften that space. Again, reminding yourself, it is safe to be in this body. And let every exhale liberate you. And if you need a sigh as an exhale here, just for a little more power, go ahead and let that exhale. Now allowing the breath to move into the chest behind the rib cage, pressing into the sternum all the way to the base of the neck and the collarbone. spine all the way to the base of the neck. Releasing that upper middle back between the shoulder blades. This is the receiving side of our heart. And it's safe to let your guard down. Expanding the heart. And when you really let yourself feel safe, you'll feel the shoulders soften, rolling open, finding their way to the floor and away from the ears. And now the breath feels nearly effortless. Deep and full. And if any emotion is being stirred up in you, that is completely normal, and let it move through you. The greatest gift of self-love is permission. So allow yourself to feel all the feels that the awareness and breath are loosening in the spirit, held and stored in the physical body. Now softening the neck. Around the ears and the jaw, the chin and the mouth, soften the tongue, the palate, and allow yourself to feel that breath moving through the throat. Feel the power of you. Every breath is harnessing the sacred power of wind in your very own body. The cheekbones and around the nose. The temples and around the eyes. Between the brows, and spend a moment right there, softening the forehead, breathing into that space. And I can kind of feel that vice-like feeling that some of you are in your head, and it's okay. Any thoughts that arise, just allow yourself to witness them like a movie. Watch them pass, almost like those tickers on the base of a movie screen, just coming and going. Softening the mind, coming back to this space, my voice, your heartbeat, your breath. Softening the top of the head and the back of the scalp, now feeling the full weight of the head, anchoring the top of the body. And if you're lying down, feel that gentle pull from head to toe. And if you're sitting, feel that head stacked over the shoulders, just completely held in balance. Now moving down the shoulders, into the triceps and biceps, and softening the arms. The arms are the extension of the heart, the wings of your heart. And so if they're crossed over your body, just allow them to open. Softening the elbows, the forearms, wrists, the backs of the hands and the palms, and into every fingertip. And so what I want you to do now, before we begin the grounding meditation, I want you to scan the body from toe to top and into the fingertips, and see if there's any little space in the body that you're still holding tension, tightness, and allow the awareness and the breath to go right to that space, and breathe softness into that space, and exhale, ushering out of the body that which no longer serves you, and watch it dissipate like smoke, rising out of the body with the exhale. And if you need a more powerful exhale, again, you can sigh. You can even put sound behind it. Use your intuition. Nobody knows your divine vessel better than you. Do you need a grunt, a growl, a hum, a ha? If it's the low pelvis, sometimes a growl can get right into that pelvic floor. If it's the heart or the tummy, a ha. If it's from the throat and up in these higher energetic spaces, a hum moves that out of the body. And now bring your awareness to the tailbone, right at the base of the spine. This is the house of the root chakra. The chakra is a spinning vortex of energy, and this is the first of the main 7 that are in the body. There are 114 in the body. But at the base of the spine is your root chakra. And so what I want you to do to start stimulating that root chakra is to pretend you have a nose directly at the base of your spine. And you're going to draw the breath in through the front of the tailbone and allow it to swirl in a clockwise manner. And so this root chakra encompasses the first 3 vertebrae of the spine. So it's going to go up, encompass those first 3, come down the left, down the base of the spine, coming up the right, back to that 3rd vertebra, and then allow it to exit directly horizontal from where you drew the breath in. So it becomes a flushing of the root chakra with your powerful and sacred breath. So inhale, swirl, and in the same motion, exhale, exit. And I want you to continue doing this, flushing the root chakra until you feel something. And it can be anything. It can feel like squeezing, a gentle squeezing at the base of the spine. It can feel like a flutter at the base of the spine, tingling. It can feel like churning or spinning. I want you to feel anything. This is the stimulation of the root chakra. And once you feel something, anything, I want you to begin constructing a root. This root is going to become an extension of the spine, and it is pliable, it is indestructible. And it can look however you want, but I want you to experience it. I want you to see it, feel it. And so it can be a beautiful, rich mahogany or a lighter color of oak. But imagine it like a tree root, but pliable. It's this beautiful, etheric root that's an extension of your spine. And so we always approach Mother Earth with gratitude, reverence, and deep love, asking permission. May we tap into you, Divine Mother. And if you don't know what a yes would feel like or sound like, that is okay, because as long as you approach in that manner, you will always receive a yes. She is truly the epitome of mother. Ever dependable, compassionate, unconditionally loving. And we always believe we know what unconditional is because the word is so overused, but unconditional means without condition. Doesn't it feel different to say it that way? I love you without conditions. And so every inhale you are constructing that root, and every exhale now begin driving it downward. And so this is not a race. Only move as far as your awareness will allow. Every inhale constructing that root, every exhale driving downward. You're going to tap that root through this beautiful parquet floor, through the cement subflooring, and deep into the rich earth. You will feel an immediate energetic shift as soon as you tap into Earth. Her frequency is so creamy and loving. It immediately balances your energy, calms your emotional body. She is a very high vibration, but the frequency is slow and low. And so that root, to be firmly grounded, should be at least 12 inches deep. So I usually say about the length of your arm. So continue driving downward, always staying in that state of gratitude and love and reverence. Thank you. Thank you, Great Mother. Thank you. The benefits to being grounded is that it helps with clarity of thought. It anchors you in your physical body and in your human experience. And just as if you want to build a skyscraper that must have a strong foundation. Having a healthy and strong root is paramount if you want to reach those phenomenal and sublime heights in meditation and spiritual growth. It is paramount and imperative, truly. I am safe in this body. And so these roots can be used two ways: as an energetic source, again asking permission. When you feel completely depleted or exhausted, she will help replenish your energy stores by being grounded. Or as a drain. She, again, as I said, is the true epitome of mother and really cannot help herself but help you heal. So you may even feel a gentle pulling feel in the energy of your body, a downward pull once you tap in. And that is the draining of that heavier energy, energetic pollution, trauma, and that gentle pulling to relieve the spirit and the body of those things that are no longer serving you. And she truly is a master recycler. Anything that you send her, she will transmute that energy and turn it into something beautiful. A shady tree, a soft patch of grass, beautiful rose bush. And the way that you stay in proper exchange with Mother Earth is to pick up trash. When you're out and about or hiking, just pick up trash. Get your hands in some dirt and cultivate plants, pulling weeds, planting a tree, gardening. Keep your heart open with love and gratitude and reverence. You may even, as you're completely grounded, begin to feel this beautiful vibration moving through the body, because it is purifying to be grounded. So you'll feel your own vibration increase. If you're having a hard time connecting with the base of the spine, with the main root chakra, there are two minor chakras on each foot, well, one on each foot. So there are two minor chakras between the toes and the ball of the foot, between that second and middle toe, coming from the big toe over. And you can possibly feel that right now with the vibration so intense. And you can create little mini roots from each foot. And this really helps you heal the root chakra. practice that's important for every single day. Remembering that the great Mother Earth is our host and we are guests here. But it helps to harmonize our human experience to be connected this way. So I'm going to gently bring you back into this space, but you will not retract these beautiful roots. You will keep them intact, and you will sleep better. And when you wake, let this be your first practice in the morning. Grounding, anchoring yourself in your human, connecting to Gaia, to Mother Earth. So just begin to now feel the weight of your body again. Feeling the breath in your lungs. The peace in your heart. Wiggling your fingers and toes to reanimate the body. And really take your time opening your eyes, but you'll see when you come back and you start to engage in the human experience again, that being grounded really changes things. You feel more steady, more secure, definitely supported. And so even when you forget to support yourself, Mother Earth is ever dependable in that support. Thank you. Just gonna light some Palo Santo, which is very grounding. It's one of my favorite grounding aromatics. So just get you back in this space. I know everybody wants to nap. hope.
Yeah. I feel the humming, going in my ears.
Good. Well, see that when we stay in our bodies and also ascend while we're in our bodies,
Yeah.
we can process what we're actually doing and it doesn't feel so spacey.
Yeah. I think that's what I was trying to do both. Like I go to one level, but that would be too much up here. Because, I forgot the grounding part, I guess. I don't know. I know it's normal, but this part, like the clips I'm not going through. But now I know when I'm not grounded, how to bring myself back.
Any questions?
Comments.
Huh?
Like first it was like really tight, and then suddenly it just got pulsing
Oh, good. The solar plexus.
right over here.
That's good that it got unstuck. Because I can feel that. When you said that it started pulsing, I can actually feel that spinning. That's a good thing. Is it unusual?
I've never really felt my solar plexus before.
That's really good. Ta-da! That's your power center, sister. All that fire energy.
And I've been having like after it started pulsating, having a weird conversation in my head. There's like this, and it's almost like I'm asking myself, like it keeps repeating, what are you scared of? What are you scared of?
What are you scared of?
I said, I'm scared of myself.
And that is a fact. A great percentage of people they fear their own power. And so that's why they tap down their solar plexus energy. And then those with the overactive, it gets over the top and they become very egoic. And so I think a lot of times that's the fear too. Like I don't want this to get away from me. But it's necessary for us to be aligned with our path and purpose to have a healthy solar plexus. Yay! You can do a happy dance. Good. Amanda says, that was a much needed grounding experience. I did connect immediately, and once I was connected and released, I feel like I was float and vibrating. Yes, good. I'm glad. Thank you, Amanda. We missed you in class tonight. So, this is all, folks. Thank you. I am honored as always that you trusted me to hold space for you. I appreciate you. And thank you for sharing your most valuable